Alright, so when I did the first video I realized that I was talking about inrush current and 17 amps and stuff like that not being a big deal, and I realized that that statement might seem really strange to anybody that's never graphed current inrush on something really fast like an oscilloscope. And so you might look at 17 amps and think like, God, that's a lot to go through a little 40 or 75 VA transformer. Not really, and I'm going to show you why. So I've got the let's see, transformer rescue fuse. I wanted to make sure I got that right. I think kept calling it a fuse saver. Anyways, I've got that clamped in, all set up. We have inrush and the graphing going. So I'm going to create the short. So let's look at that now. So I have 17.4 amps, and you can see what that waveform looks like. Okay. Sorry, right there. You can now pay attention to the time. This is a 2-second screen, so you see that's pretty fast that PTC is cutting out that cutting out the current. So let's get this out of here now. Now remember, this transformer is protected by a 3.7 amp fuse. Sorry, circuit breaker. And what I have here is a 3 amp breaker. So now we're going to short this circuit with this fuse involved, or sorry, the circuit breaker involved in this one. Now, which one trips first, I don't know. Circuit breakers are pretty crude. They're by no means precise. So whichever one trips first, it's hard to say. So let me get back into inrush mode. Alright, I've got that going. Now let's create the short. Okay, so I don't know if you remembered from the first video, it probably sounded like rambling, but I was talking about my isolation transformer and the current protection, and how surprised I was that it wasn't going off. But you'll see that with the breaker, just a little 3 amp breaker, that's already enough to activate my short circuit protection. So the transformer is actually dropping out of the circuit, so I'm going to have to take this transformer and hook it straight into mains to even get this test to work. That's how much current a little 3 amp breaker actually allows. So I've got the transformer hooked right into mains now. Okay, let's create the short. Crap, I forgot to press inrush. Alright, well, it's fine. We can look at it here. So let me cut that off. Alright, right here. So look how much more time that a circuit breaker allows a short to exist than the PTC. Also, we look at the peak, we're like 21.1 amps. So this circuit breaker, and it was this one that tripped, not this one. The circuit breaker is way more abusive. The transformer, the circuit breaker that the manufacturer put into the transformer is way more abusive than this PTC device. Although the one thing is, this does it does lock it out, so it's not like constant resetting. But even in a case where this is constantly resetting, or resetting every, I don't know, like every half second or something weird like that, you can see that once this does start to get warm, you're not getting that 17 amp inrush. So out of curiosity, well, let's try the breaker again. Now keep in mind this is warm now, so it's probably going to trip quicker than it would cold. But I'm going to reset the inrush. Let's just try the inrush now. Okay, so we had 23.5 on inrush. 23.5. Okay, now I'm going to grab a fuse. Let's see. I'm looking for some 5s. Damn, I thought I had a... Knew I had a 5. Sorry. Should have had this ready to go. Let's grab a 5 amp fuse and throw it in there and see what happens. So there's our fuse. Let's reset this. And get this running. Alright, let's create the short now. Boom! Crap, I might have missed that waveform. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I had 14 amps inrush, and then here's what the spike looked like. So a shorter time base than the PTC. Obviously PTC is going to take a little bit of time, and I had 16.4, 18.1. so again, a graphing meter, even though this is fast, it doesn't always get the sample right at the exact moment because it's only taking 1 or 2 or... Anyways, that's where something like this really pays off, especially that. Man, I wish we could hook it up there. But anyways, you can see that that this little device here, even though it is allowing some inrush, it's nowhere near it's nowhere near what a circuit breaker is. And yes, a fuse might be a little better, but not enough that I think it makes a big difference. So anyways, I wanted to add that in because I just realized that I probably missed communicating that well. So anyways, that'll be part 2.